Hey, what is going on, guys? Nathan here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be taking one step forward into actually getting this channel off the ground a little bit more. As I mentioned in a previous video, I kind of want to take this channel into a step of like gaming news and stuff that doesn't really make it onto my main channel. But today, we got Zark. But yeah, so basically we are going to be discussing Activision. Now, I'm going to let him explain because he knows the situation a little bit better than me.
Alright, so since I haven't told you about this yet, basically, dude, what happened yesterday was, so they are making Toys for Bob a support studio to Warzone. So
In Toys for Bob, what did they work on before?
they worked on Crash 4, and before that they worked on Spyro Reignited Trilogy.
Okay.
So, and you probably saw it all over Twitter, like the massive hysteria. People were like absolutely mad. Like there were some studio departures. Like people were like, people have no idea what's going on, right? Like what does it like? What does them being a support studio to Warzone mean for like Toys for Bob? Like, what does it mean for Crash and Spyro, right? And then,
Right.
so that's one side of the thing, right? And then for us, we're like, don't they have so many studios working on COD? You have Raven Software, you have Treyarch, you have Infinity Ward, you have Sledgehammer, you have Beanox up north doing some support stuff. You have I don't know, 5. Now this is gonna be your 6th studio working on something Call of Duty related. Like, I don't know, like, dude, like,
I agree with you on that aspect. Well, here's the thing for me. The first thing that comes to my mind is, once again, like what's going to happen to those other titles, the future of those other titles. But the main concern to me is Warzone is built on the engine of Modern Warfare, which is, what, 2020, I think, right? No, that's 2019, isn't it?
yeah,
2019, I think.
2019.
So 2019, and if you think back to 2018 with Black Ops 4 and their first attempt at a battle royale, they had Blackout, and that really didn't last very long. As a matter of fact, they kind of ported, a makeshift version. If I'm not mistaken, a makeshift version of the Blackout engine onto like the Call of Duty mobile platforms. So that's somewhat alive. But as far as Blackout on consoles or PC goes, it's gone. So Modern Warfare, the fact that it's already over a year and a half old now, that does worry me, especially since they're pouring other resources into this. If you, I don't know if you played, well, you played Warzone, but I don't know if you played Cold War. But Cold War, when I first played it, it did not feel like a Call of Duty game, man. It genuinely did not feel like a Call of Duty game. And this is coming from a person that's played Call of Duty like as their main primary source of multiplayer for years. And that really upset me. So to think that they're pouring these sort of resources into a game that is already old, and I don't know if they're going to be updating this to a newer, let's just say next year if they have a new battle royale, are they going to keep Warzone, which is once again a 2019 engine, or are they going to move on to something else? That really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Like, I remember talking to you about how basically in 2019 we had the report about how Cold War was actually supposed to be this year's game, and whatever Sledgehammer and Raven Software were doing, or mainly Sledgehammer,
Right.
I believe, that was supposed to be last year's game. The fact there was that situation going on, like the fact, there's some like butting heads between studios, and now you're having like, I don't know, dude, I just feel like the fact that you have 6 studios working on Warzone, 6 studios.
I totally agree, yeah.
Am I
Now,
crazy?
let's think of it from the aspect, but like think about it from the aspect of, okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, and let's think of it from the aspect of Corona, because we've all heard the stuff of them, Treyarch, and all these others, previous supporting studios working from home. From reports of other YouTubers that have actually, like mainstream Call of Duty YouTubers, that have actually been invited to these previous press conferences, they've actually said that they're in kind of crunch time. which is leading to the fact that a lot of people claiming that these newer Call of Duty titles lack a passion that they previously had because of the Corona situation. Do you think that would somehow tie into it?
Oh my god, and I forgot the run crunch. Like, the situation is that bad, huh? Like,
I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that would cause such a reaction that they have another support studio, unless they are really down to manpower. Because it really that isn't something that Call of Duty is known for. You know, it used to be a 2-year cycle, then they switched to a 3-year cycle. Now it's like who knows what cycle it is.
because like
Yeah,
you have a couple studios working on the campaign, and then you have, I believe, typically it's one studio that's responsible for the multiplayer, right?
correct. Yeah.
And then now you have all these studios working on Warzone. I'm like, I just feel like this is a situation. It's a classic situation of putting too many eggs on one basket, right? Because like,
Right.
I just can't see it, dude. Like, I can't see this. Like, let's f all the other upcoming Call of Duty projects. Like, let's look at Warzone, right? They
Yeah.
have 6 studios working on Warzone, right? And then let's compare that to Apex or like Fortnite. Granted, like they I believe Epic, they have a little more resources with like their international satellite studios, but like Stan, their North Carolina studios like usually they're the captain of the ship. They're responsible for like what happens in their battle royale. Like, it seems like for the most part they have their crap together in terms of battle royale. Apex, like Epic's still buying studios, right? But they're not having them work on Fortnite crap, you know? Like the
Right.
Psygnosis is still working on Rocket League, and then I believe Tonic is still working on Fall Guys, and then dude, for some reason they just bought Hard Station yesterday. I guess just to help, I guess another supplement to their Unreal Engine, right? But that's beside the point, right? All I'm trying to say is that Epic has their crap together. EA, out of all publishers, have their crap together. They're not having DICE, BioWare, or any of their studios work on Apex. Like, it seems like Respawn is doing their own thing, and like just recently we just saw like It Takes Two, something that EA published, a cooperative platformer, like do so well. And like meanwhile you have Activision be like, Tony Hawk did well, we don't care. Vicarious Visions, be a band-aid to Blizzard, because you know we're like, I don't want to curse, but we're effing them so hard right now, and then like they're bleeding talent. Well, we might as well use Vicarious Vision as a band-aid, because like we don't want to fix the problem. We're just gonna we don't want to heal the wound. We're just gonna slap a band-aid in there. And now they're like doing the same crap again with Toys for Bob, right? Like, I'm sure you might have seen this every now and then, right? Usually the people who leak information about the next Call of Duty game, what's coming up, right?
Right.
They would so happen to have other things in terms of Activision related. I believe the guy who leaked Cold War, or was it Modern Warfare? I believe he leaked Cold War. He knew about Crash 4 and this PvP Crash project, right? And then he also said Spyro is like still in the works. So let's entertain the thought that they're still in the work, right? Like the PvP Crash game is probably still happening. Beanox, they did Crash Team Racing, and they did some support work for Call of Duty, mainly doing the PC ports, and they did Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, if I'm not mistaken. They recently had a staff increase because, you know, Canadian government's giving grants and all that crap. I don't know how exactly it works. Someone could probably correct us in the comments. But basically, long story short, they had an increase, right? So there's the Crash Team Racing team, and then there's their Call of Duty team. Their Call of Duty team had a major increase. I believe it's 200, 100 people, somewhere around that ballpark. They had a major increase. So I'm like, okay, like, I mean, as long as the Crash Team Racing team or the Spyro team in Beanox is fine, I don't care. I guess Call of Duty is gonna look nice, and then so like I take a look at that, right? I feel like okay, they're increasing resources over there to help like with all the Call of Duty crap. I feel like Call of Duty should be fine, right? And then this happens. Like,
yeah, that really makes you doubt. Like, with the bump in people and then another studio, dude, they must be in some deep crap right now. You know what this really reminds me of? If you remember, I don't know if you remember this. A lot of people actually don't, because this game just was considered the worst in the series. Black Ops 4. During the Black Ops 4 development, you remember how campaign got cut like right at the tail end?
yeah.
And they cut it just because Fortnite and Apex was doing so well. They're like, hey, we need a battle royale. Let's just throw it in. But the guys were like, but we already have this campaign we've been working months on, and you guys just want to scrap it? It's just like, yeah, let's scrap it. That right there, I mean, I get it, you know, like, market, dude, like, Call of Duty is, you know, hectic multiplayer. You're not battle royale. You're not known for that. That's not what you built your fan base on. The fact that Fortnite's doing so well, Apex is doing so well, it's because that is what they're known for. They specialize in that. You don't see them trying to branch out into this other sort of Call of Duty thing. You don't see them implementing the zombies mode. You know, you don't see them implementing a campaign. That is what they do, and that is what they do well. The fact that when a company tries to put all these things together into what Call of Duty is trying to do, it never works out. I mean, you know, Battlefield, think about this. Battlefield tried to branch off into that feminism movement. I'm not trying to be controversial, but everyone already knows that at this point. But once they got their act together, same with like, you know, EA in general, thinking back to Battlefront, when they tried to, you know, branch into those microtransactions, they knew they screwed up and they retracted it. And once they got their stuff together, it turned out fine. But what Call of Duty's been doing for like the last 3 years, it really does worry me. And right now is around the time, within a month's time, we should be getting leaks for this year's Call of Duty game. So that leads me to think either A, they're gonna, you know, add another game mode or something like that, or B, let's go tie into Warzone once again, and possibly even, you know, at this point, I really don't know, man. It's just, I don't know the possibilities, because this year, as far as Call of Duty's just been so weird. Yeah, I really don't know what to say about that.
So,
but
here's my question, right? Since you brought all this up. Do you see Warzone viable with the state of things?
If they keep it free to play, and if they keep it as is, I can see it as a standalone thing, sure. But the fact is that over the last few years, let's just, okay, Warzone aside, Call of Duty Battle Royale, let's just talk of it in a general topic. Call of Duty Battle Royale has not had the best of situations compared to other battle royales. So if they keep Warzone as its own standalone thing, not connect it with their Call of Duty games that release annually, I feel like they'll be fine. But that does not mean pour all your resources into Warzone. You have to remember that, you know, as a publisher, as a studio in general, that you do have an annual release. Unless you decide to pull an Assassin's Creed or Battlefield and come back on their yearly releases, that's really not going to work. Because you're pulling away from your campaign, you're pulling away from your zombies mode, you're pulling away from your multiplayer as a whole, because people last year and this year, they're complaining about a lack of content. Sure, they added in the Battle Pass, but now that's just another excuse to pay more money. And that's not a thing I'm a fan of, right? Sure, you can, you know, rank up and stuff, but a Battle Pass? Yeah, I don't think they're doing the right thing with all this, man.
It's like, and then we take a look at the other Activision properties, right? Like, it seems like it's so bizarre. Have you ever heard of like a publisher that owns many IPs, right? Now they're just focused. Like, I just can't. I feel like, you know, we will see something crash related this year, because like it's the 25th anniversary. They did say in their post that we should expect like something crash related this year. And then for Spyro, okay. I'm pretty sure Beanox, the CTR team in Beanox, is working on Spyro. But after that, like beyond that, who knows? But like, the matter of fact is this, right? I just can't see a publisher with so many IPs just focus on one freaking thing, one freaking IP, and call it a day. Especially like Warzone, cause like I talked, so like, you know, when I did like a little miniature survey, right? I asked my friends who are not huge gamers per se, you know, they casually game. I asked them about Warzone. I asked them what the state is. So most of them say there's a hacking issue. There's a major hacking issue with the game. Performance issues, you know, pop-ins, and then, but the balancing issues is another thing. And I don't know what their approach is with them having all these studios. I don't know if they're doing tech support or whatever, trying to squash the bugs. But if they have 6 freaking studios just to pump out content, right, and not address the issues people have, I personally feel like Warzone is gonna end up like Guitar Hero, dude. Like, you know, like, just like keep on pouring resources. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Like, people are still buying Guitar Hero, right? And then like it burns, crash and burns royally.
Yep.
I feel like that's
who knows. Maybe this very well might be the you got a good point there. Like, Guitar Hero used to be like you know, an triannual freaking thing, and then they got their their balls got so big that it eventually popped. So very well might happen with Call of Duty, man. We've been seeing an annual release for over 10 years now, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I feel like that's my thing, right? Like, because Twitter right now, right? Everyone's hysterical, right? Oh, Crash is dead, Spyro's dead. I feel like they're gonna be in the back burner. They're gonna be a last resort when Warzone goes bad. Maybe am I wrong? Am I wrong feeling this way? Do you think?
No, I totally agree. I think the fact that this another support studio that's previously had a hand in games like that. I feel like if it does crash, that'll be their backdrop. But I don't think they're putting their primary effort into it right now, which is a shame, absolute shame, because they're forgetting the older generation of gamers, or even newer generation of gamers. I just don't agree with it. I just don't think it's the right move.
Cause like there's also another narrative like, oh well, I mean, it's probably because Crash and Spyro and Tony Hawk don't sell well. That's why. I'm like, huh?
That's not necessarily true.
Like, sure, they don't do Call of Duty numbers, but not selling well. Where did you get that narrative from? Like, I work like. I'm telling your viewers this. Like, I work at Best Buy, right? Black Friday, dude, those games were selling like hotcakes. Like, let's exclude Crash 4 or CTR. Like, in general, Insane Trilogy and Reignited, they still sold a lot. Like, I feel like they're like evergreen titles at this point. They're still selling. We're still getting box copies of those games. Normally, I don't know. Like, maybe you're a little more informed on how Activision deals with like box releases, right? So like, let's say it was Black Ops 4 and then Modern Warfare, correct?
Yeah.
Are they still printing out Black Ops 4 physical copies?
I don't think so. No, because Black Ops 4 wasn't on the current gen consoles, so I don't think they are.
Okay.
They as releases go, Black Ops 4 either last year or
like I feel like I feel like it's kind of crazy, right? Like, sure, they're not making as much money as Call of Duty did, or Black Ops 4 did, right? But the fact that like Activision is still printing out copies for, well, Tony Hawk is relatively new, but like for Spyro, Reignited, and Crash Insane, and meanwhile Black Ops 4 is like, seems like it's finito, it's done. Matter of fact, dude, like from like some of the recent shipments we got, some of the new games we got, I've just been seeing Cold War. I don't remember seeing Modern Warfare like in the new batches of games we got recently. It's crazy, you know? Like, I would think they would still like release box versions of these games at the very least, but
So,
no, they're
because as you know, I'm a video game collector, and physical. I will always go physical if there's. And ever since Corona started, one thing I have noticed, and as a matter of fact, Black Ops 4 was before Corona. One thing I noticed is ever since Black Ops 4, physical copies of Call of Duty are kind of hard to come by. Overall, I mean, Black Ops 4, you go to any GameStop right now, some of them will have it, but most tend to not. Though, as a matter of fact, I tried picking up a copy, and there was only like 2 GameStops in our area that had, a copy. And not even considering like the physical, or like the cover art and all that kind of stuff. I feel like Modern Warfare was a little bit better when it came to physical releases. But Cold War, it started off real slow. I tried to get a copy of it when it came out. And obviously the Corona delays and everything. At first, it was slow. But right now, Cold War is everywhere, man. I feel like they try to overcompensate for their lack of copies early on. And now you're seeing way more copies than you need to. And yeah. So I feel like that's how physicals are. But as far as next gen goes, you'll notice that PS5 games, even though the PS5's been out for a couple months now, but you're not seeing that many games. Compare this to when the PS4 came out. Within a few months of PS4's coming out, they were already clearancing off PS3 stuff, and they had an entire shelf dedicated to PS4 stuff. If you walk into any Walmart, Target, or GameStop right now, there's a very, very slim selection of PS5 stuff, which is very worrisome. And as most of you guys watching this video probably know, with the scare that we got of the PlayStation Store shutting down, that really let the fact sink into many people. Like, yeah, physical is the way to go. Even though Sony might not have closed it this time around, who knows in the future. Or if any other game company like Nintendo or Xbox pulls stunts like that, physical is the way to go. So the fact that we are seeing this slow decline of physical releases for this next generation of consoles, that is very worrisome, in my opinion.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, what do you think about Activision right now? Like, in terms
I think
of,
that.
In terms
So
of
go ahead.
Yeah, in terms of what they're doing, what's the future of their IPs, how they're handling Blizzard, like what do you think? What's your
In all honesty, I'm kind of lost for words as far as usually on a normal year, you kind of have an idea of what Activision's like, what they're trying to harp on. One year they might be implementing loot boxes throughout all their games. One year it might be something else they're trying to harp on. This year, the fact that, let's start with the Call of Duty thing, right? We already knew that they were in crunch, but now that they got another support studio on it, we're starting to get a better idea of how bad the crunch is. Call of Duty, which we haven't seen much improvement over the last year, they're in crunch. Imagine their other IPs, and Activision, Blizzard. As far as that goes, I'm almost sure if Treyarch's working from home, a lot of other studios are probably working from home. But my concern comes in is if the other studios aren't really having an issue with this, why is Call of Duty having an issue with this? If this persists, I personally think, it's just not going to do it. I feel like Call of Duty will crash and burn if it keeps going at this rate, unless they straighten up and they figure out what they're trying to do. As far as their other IPs go, they got to be more transparent. I personally feel like they got to be more transparent. They got to get people on board. I don't know about E3. Is E3 dead still? Or is E3 happening this year?
E3 is still happening. Certain publishers are going to be there. Activision is not going to be there. Konami actually.
Okay, so that's another issue. That's another issue right there.
Yeah.
So people think about this. Geeks like us that are into this gaming culture. We're actively into gaming. What about people that are more casual gamers? Most of the copies of most games that are sold are to the casual gamer. That's where the majority of they'll just pick up a game. Hey, it looks cool. I've never tried that before, but it looks cool. I'll pick it up. The fact that if marketing, if the word isn't getting out, and Activision isn't putting the time and effort, and then you hear like us talking about this, then other YouTubers talking about this, the word starts getting around like, hey, they're putting all their stuff into Call of Duty, I feel like the other IPs is good from now on. Even though that's a misconception, and it could very well be a misconception, casual gamers hearing that could bring on a false impression, and it might stop sales or reduce sales of other games. So that's my current thoughts on the topic. What about you?
I have no idea what the states are with those projects that Call of Duty leaker brought up a while ago with a new Spire game in development and the Crash PvP thing. Wumpa League is what the rumor is. Not sure what it is, but I feel like if they're that deep into it, I don't know. I feel like scrapping it would be kind of stupid. You might as well, like, you have something ready. You might as well make money off of it, Because Activision love money, they're money bags, I'm saying a lot. I'm saying a lot, but you get. But that's Crash Spyro. Current projects, I believe there's something happening with them. After that, Lord knows. Call of Duty. Like I said before, I just do not see Warzone sustainable. I just don't. And if they keep on having like studio conflicts like this, I don't know, dude. Like, they gotta get their stuff together, man. Like, you can't now. Like, it's funny, right? We always have this conversation. When will Call of Duty ever die, right? Like, when are they going to stop?
Yep.
And then, like the train really started rolling in the PS3, Xbox 360 generation. Here we are right now. And talent from Infinity Ward, Treyarch, all those people left, and you see studios like Respawn. It's talent from Infinity Ward makes that studio, and so on and so forth. I don't know, man. Like, the fact they keep on adding you lost Neversoft. They got dissolved and merged into I can't remember what studio it was, but it was with another Call of Duty studio. High Moon Studios. They used to make the Transformer games. They are now a support studio. Beanox got expansion, working on Call of Duty stuff. Treyarch at Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, they work on the single player things and the next multiplayer crap, like. And then they have a Chinese studio, Activision Shanghai. They're like doing support stuff as well. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, you have so many eggs in one basket. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. It's all just a mess. I mean, hopefully things do get cleared up, because I'm guessing since they're not going to be at E3, they're going to have their own sort of conference. Is that something we could expect?
I believe so. Here's my thing. We're going to see the next Call of Duty game in a PlayStation event in June. Either that, or maybe they could probably they're probably gonna have their own reveal. They're gonna have their own reveal. They always do that. They have their own reveal. They have their own event, and then you might see more footage. And because like PlayStation and Activision, they have a partnership with just about most of their franchises. Like, they have a marketing rights. They have a marketing partnership with Crash. They have a marketing partnership with Call of Duty. So we're probably gonna see more stuff in June. That's what I think. I feel like you might see something on June.
So with that being said, I feel like June might be the make or break moment where we hear what they've been working on. We get a better idea, and if that might very well be it, because usually games crash and burn before they're even released. We saw the hype with even though it's not going to be as long, but we saw the hype with 2077 and stuff like that. But if their press conference, you said it was June, right? Yeah, if that doesn't play out right, then, yeah, that might very well be the end, or it might start something new. Who knows? They might have something totally different. They might blow us away. But I guess let's ask the people in the comments what they think about this. I'm totally down to do a follow-up video on this, especially when we do actually get some more news on this topic.
Yeah.
Personally, I like this style of video. Now that we got a setup going, we could do a better option. And I do apologize, guys, if my voice sounds a little weird. I'm just sitting in my car, doing this recording.
Yeah. Sorry. This is our first podcast, everyone. We're sorry about how the audio quality is not the greatest, but we just had to put this out there, And
yeah, for sure.
And I know people might harp on me in the comments for stuttering a lot, but bro, it's the way I talk. I know I need to articulate better, but I just had to talk about this, dude. I just had to.
Yeah, I'm totally on board, man.
I feel like the title of this episode would be 6 studios working on Call of Duty ?
We could definitely make that happen, but well, why don't you go ahead and round us off before we finish off.
Alrighty, man. So I'm Zark. I guess you can follow me on Twitter at Zarkryn. You'll see me around stuff, tweeting crap. I don't do YouTube. So you might see me around more on Nate stuff. Can I give shoutouts though? If that's okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I want to give a shout out to Destination Mark. You check out his video on Spiral 4. Everyone comments, please don't. I'm tired of seeing all these hysteria on Crash Spiral. I feel like they'll be okay, and even if they go full frontal on Call of Duty, it's gonna go terrible. I feel like they're gonna rely on Crash Spiral when that happens. So, tangent aside, check out Destination Mark, check out Jeremiah Zaya's video, and then I believe Canadian Guy A and Miharu might put out something about this. Just check out those guys if you want to see their perspective in terms of Crash Spiral. The whole reason we want to do this is that we want to look at Activision as a whole. So I guess stay tuned for future episodes. Who knows? I don't know. We might have more people on there that's up to Nate. He's
yeah, for sure. Yeah, if anyone that's watching this video is down to do this podcast style thing, once again, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I do want to make this more like a community channel. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, if anyone wants to do a podcast or anything like that, and the people that Zark mentioned, I'll try to get them listed down in the description below. But yeah, that'll probably do it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead, give a thumbs up, share it if you guys want to, and subscribe for more videos. Anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Alright, peace.